Well, my name is Jeremy McGuire, and we are at Ida B. Wells in Michigan, and we are engaging in a protest over ICE and the National Guard coming into Chicago when it's absolutely not needed. We have relatively peaceful streets. As a matter of fact, for the last 9 years, Chicago has been called the best big city to live in. And where they get the idea that we are crime-ridden, I don't know, because we're not.
How long have you been a resident of Chicago?
Oh, since about 30 years now.
Wow, 30 years. So how do you feel about, you alluded to it, but how do you feel about the characterization from Trump and right-wing media that Chicago is a war zone, that it's a shithole, that it's crime, crime, crime? We hear about it all the time. So you've been here for 30 years. Why don't you tell us about your experience?
Well, I came here to work in the theater as a theater manager. And that was 30 years ago, and I've done a lot of work since then, including law. I was a law clerk for a while. And I have never, ever been accosted violently by anybody in Chicago. So I don't have any, when he says it's a hellhole, I'm wondering whether he's talking about Memphis or whether he's talking about someplace in Florida, which, of course, they're red states and they're not going to get the treatment.
And how would you evaluate Brandon Johnson and Governor Priztker's response to the National Guard and ICE deployment?
Well, the lawsuits are the way to go, and encouraging peaceful demonstrations are the way to go. There's not much legally that they can, the president can federalize the National Guard. Whether it's right or not is another question. But when he does that, Priztker is limited in what he can do. He can get a lawsuit, he can get a decision made. And then if Trump decides to go around it or not obey it, what are you going to do?
Right. What do you think people who aren't from here get wrong about Chicago because they only experience it through the media and so on?
Well, any place you go, it used to be that if you go to a foreign country or something, you tell them you're from Chicago, they say, oh, Chicago, because of the gangs, Al Capone and all that. But this is really a peaceful city. There are uprisings, there are pockets of violence, of course, there is gang activity, but it can be handled by the local police. We don't need any, particularly not the Texas National Guard coming up here. That is a very dangerous step, because that's a step to creating the conditions where they can declare a civil war.
And do you think that is their aim by doing this?
I think their aim is to divide the country so they can take over, one-party rule. And we know how that works historically. It never lasts more than 10 years. So, I don't know. It's something that we have to fight.
How do you feel about the protests? Are you encouraged by what you see, or is it not enough, like the response?
Well, this is an emergency, last-minute kind of protest, so turnout is going to be a little bit lower. But come the 18th of October, it's going to be massive downtown. No Kings, yes.
Planning to make no Kings?
You bet. I'm going to be at every one that I can.
All the way across the street.
I mean, 79 years old, and I can still get out here and do it.
Is there anything else you want to tell people at home? Tell them about your sign. Can you show it to the camera a little bit?
This is what we have in the country right now is testosterone impairment syndrome, where there is a definition of real men, and they are really this John Wayne kind of Rambo, and anybody who is not that is not a real man. So that's why I call it testosterone impairment.
Anything else you want to tell the people at home?
No, that's about it. I've pretty much...
Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.